It is your responsibility as his mother to make sure the environment he's going into is good. So then why aren't you going to her? You should have been in that house. You should have been talking to her. It's not her responsibility to...
In the world of love and hip-hop, peace is rarely what it seems. What looks like calm on the surface often hides storms beneath the smiles. And this time, that storm has a name. The internet went silent when Tasha K hit that go live button. She leaned forward, eyes glinting like she already knew the chaos about to follow. And when she whispered, "Y'all think you know, but you don't," it was over. The comments exploded. Screenshots started circulating before her sentence even ended. Because this wasn't just another episode of gossip. This was something deeper. A claim that could shatter everything Yandy Smith had built and drag Mendeecees Harris right back into the fire he swore he'd escaped. According to Tasha K, the secret wasn't just about betrayal. It was about a baby. She said the name slowly, deliberately. Jasmine Washington. The same woman who once vowed to stay away, to rebuild her life, to move forward. But Tasha insisted that things weren't over between her and Mendeecees, not by a long shot. She claimed they had reconnected months ago, that quiet conversations turned into late-night calls, and that one of those nights may have changed everything. At first, fans didn't believe it. Yandy and Mendeecees had just posted matching outfits, Sunday smiles, the kind of family content people label as Black love goals. But after that live, every photo, every caption, every pause was suddenly suspect. Because the truth, or at least what people thought was the truth, was unraveling in real time, and Tasha K wasn't done. She hinted that voice notes existed, whispered exchanges between Mendeecees and Jasmine, messages that sounded a little too intimate for two people claiming to have no connection. She didn't play them. She didn't have to. Her followers did the rest. Within hours, the internet was flooded with side-by-sides, old clips, and slow-motion analysis of every time Jasmine looked away when Yandy's name came up on screen. By midnight, the comments were merciless. She's glowing. She looks pregnant. She disappeared for a reason. It didn't matter that none of it was confirmed. The timing was suspicious. The energy online was electric. Bloggers reposted a blurry restaurant photo. Jasmine in a hoodie, hand over her stomach, and that was all it took. Fans decided for themselves. She's expecting. And not just by anyone, but by Mendeecees. Meanwhile, Yandy Smith stayed quiet. No quotes, no cryptic captions, until one night, she posted a single line on her story. The truth always comes out, even when lies wear designer. No names. No hashtags. But everyone knew that sentence set social media on fire. Theories multiplied by the minute. Some said Yandy was heartbroken. Others said she was preparing to walk away. And through it all, Mendeecees, usually so quick to joke and charm, went completely still. No interviews. No reactions. Just silence. Silence that said more than any post ever could. Insiders claimed Yandy had already confronted him behind closed doors. That she didn't yell, didn't break. She just asked one question: is it true? The answer, they said, came with tears, hesitation, and half-truths. Mendeecees allegedly admitted he'd talked to Jasmine, that old emotions resurfaced, that he got caught up. But he swore there was no baby. The next morning, Tasha K was back again, sipping her wine, smirking, saying she had receipts that would make everybody's jaw drop. Her viewers shot past 200,000. Every influencer and gossip blog was tuned in. You can lie to cameras, she said, but you can't fake emotion. She claimed the tone of those voice notes, not the words, told the real story. She refused to play them all, hinting she was saving the rest for the right time, and that was enough. The internet didn't need proof. It needed a villain. Within hours, the narrative took shape. Jasmine, the hidden lover. Yandy, the betrayed wife. Mendeecees, the man stuck between truth and temptation. It was entertainment, tragedy, and betrayal rolled into one. The perfect viral storm. But things got darker fast. Reports surfaced that Jasmine had gone off the grid. Her accounts went private. People claimed she was staying with family out of state. Others said she'd received threats. A few even mentioned lawyers getting involved. Yandy, meanwhile, was seen outside a studio. Not angry, just broken. Her friend hugged her as cameras zoomed in from across the parking lot. She covered her face, wiped her tears, and whispered something the mic barely caught. It sounded like, "I'm done protecting everybody. That clip hit every blog in less than an hour. The headline? When Loyalty Hurts the Most. Fans dissected it frame by frame like detectives. Some defended her. Others said she should have left long ago. But everyone agreed on one thing. Yandy Smith didn't look like a woman still fighting for her marriage. She looked like someone trying to save herself. Meanwhile, Mendeecees Harris went live for the first time. He didn't mention Tasha K or Jasmine. He didn't even say Yandy's name. He just stared into the camera, eyes heavy, voice tight, and said, "Y'all need to stop letting lies entertain you." My family is good, but his hands trembled. His smile faltered. And the internet noticed. The comments split instantly. He's guilty. No, he's protecting his family. He looks scared. He looks tired. And maybe he was. Because this time, the fire wasn't coming from an episode or a reunion or a staged argument. This was real life, bleeding out in front of millions. Behind the scenes, producers were panicking. Contracts, NDAs, footage schedules, all hanging by a thread. But to fans, it didn't matter. The story was out, the damage done, and Tasha K was already teasing her next drop. Part 2 coming soon. Y'all ain't ready? The internet erupted again. Because if there's one thing people love more than scandal, it's the promise of more. And deep down, Yandy, Mendeecees, and Jasmine all knew this wasn't over. Not even close. When the clock struck 9 that night, every phone in the gossip world was already locked on one page, Tasha K's. The Queen of Chaos was back, glass in hand, eyes lit with that dangerous glimmer of satisfaction. She didn't open with jokes this time. She leaned into the mic and said, "The truth always crawls back to the surface. Even when people try to bury it." The chat exploded before she even finished. Tens of thousands flooded the live, hungry for what she called Part 2. Her tone was colder, sharper, like someone holding evidence too hot to touch. And when she finally started talking, hearts started racing. She claimed she had spoken with a relative close to Jasmine Washington, someone who had allegedly confirmed that something complicated had happened between Jasmine and Mendeecees Harris. Something emotional, something real. No names. No receipts, just implication. But that's all it took. Within minutes, her words were sliced into clips, reposted across every platform. Yandy Smith's name trended in capital letters. Hashtags bloomed like fire. To justice for Yandy, Jasmine speaks, Mendeecees exposed. And then, silence again. Jasmine's page stayed private. Yandy's page went dark. Mendeecees, meanwhile, posted a simple quote on his story. "Real ones don't explain. Time does." Fans read that as arrogance. Others called it pain disguised as pride. Whatever it was, it didn't help. The more he said nothing, the louder the internet became. By the next morning, bloggers were treating the rumor like a full-blown investigation. Screenshots, timestamps, clinic sightings, grainy parking lot videos, every pixel was evidence now. Someone even posted a clip that allegedly showed Mendeecees in a car with a woman whose face was hidden beneath a hood. Her laugh, soft, familiar, ignited instant panic online. "Tell me that's not Jasmine," one comment read. "It's him." "That's his chain," another replied. Within an hour, the clip hit 1 million views. Reaction channels tore it apart frame by frame, zooming, slowing, freezing, analyzing. The internet wasn't watching reality TV anymore. It was dissecting reality itself. And then came Jasmine's message. Just 12 words. "People believe what they want. I owe no one my truth. I owe no one my truth." No explanation, no follow-up. The post vanished within minutes, but screenshots had already spread like wildfire. Some said it was her confession. Others swore it was her goodbye. Either way, the effect was nuclear. Insiders whispered that Yandy Smith had finally broken down in tears during a call with a close friend. "I'm tired of being strong for everyone," she reportedly said. What if strength just means silence? For years, Yandy had been the image of composure. The wife who forgave, the mother who smiled, the businesswoman who stayed classy through scandal. But now the mask was cracking. She stopped filming, skipped appearances, and started journaling instead. The candle she used to light for ambience now burned for peace. Meanwhile, Mendeecees tried to keep up appearances. He showed up at a charity event, shaking hands, smiling for photos, pretending everything was normal. But when someone in the crowd yelled, "Is it true?" his smile froze midair. Cameras caught that half second of panic, and it went viral in minutes. The internet didn't care about context, it cared about expression. And that single frozen frame became the symbol of guilt. Even some of Yandy's celebrity friends started dropping cryptic messages. Everything that glitters ain't loyal. The devil works hard, but clout works harder. Each post felt like a dart, and every dart pointed the same direction. Behind the scenes, VH1 producers were panicking. Some wanted to film the fallout. They knew the ratings would be explosive. Others begged for restraint. "This isn't storyline anymore," one insider reportedly said. "This is somebody's life falling apart." But by now, the line between storyline and life had already disappeared. A few days later, Tasha K returned yet again, this time without her usual laughter. Her tone was deliberate, her eyes serious. "I told y'all this wasn't over," she said, holding up what looked like printed screenshots. She didn't show them, but she described them. Messages that talked about accountability, about mistakes, about taking responsibility. The live comments begged her to show proof, to expose the messages. She refused. "When the time comes," she said softly, "y'all will know who's really telling the truth." That phrase, taking responsibility, sent the internet spiraling. People swore she meant paternity. Some believed she was hinting at DNA results. Others said she was baiting everyone for attention. But it didn't matter. The damage was done. The whispers had turned into headlines. Back in Atlanta, Yandy was seen driving alone late one night, her face half hidden behind tinted glass. The paparazzi caption read, "A queen in pain." Fans flooded her comments with love and heartbreak emojis. "Stay strong. We see you're hurt. You deserve better." But what does strength even mean when the world turns your private tears into public entertainment? Even Jasmine, now hiding out at a relative's home, reportedly told friends she felt cornered, that she never meant for things to go this far. Some said she was getting legal advice after receiving threats. Others said she was preparing to tell her side on camera. Nobody knew the truth, and that uncertainty kept people watching. By the end of the week, Tasha K tweeted one more chilling line. "The story you think you know is missing one major piece." The tweet went viral instantly. Everyone demanded answers. What piece? Who sent the email she mentioned? Was there really proof inside the family? 3 nights later, she went live again. Brief, intense, final. Her voice dropped to a whisper as she ended the stream with just one line. "One person's silence can speak louder than 10 denials." The screen went black, and that was it. No more posts. No more updates. Just chaos. The world of love and hip-hop, a world built on storylines and second chances, had just blurred its own boundaries. Yandy, Mendeecees, and Jasmine were no longer characters on a screen. They were real people trapped in a rumor that had become bigger than all of them. Because once the internet decides what's true, no statement can undo it. As the dust settled, one thing became painfully clear. Some stories aren't written by producers. They're written by pain. And sometimes the loudest confessions come from silence.